The siege in the capital city of Mali lasted all day before ending this evening. Islamist gunmen burst into a hotel and seized up to 170 hostages, many of them foreigners. In the end, scores of hostages were rescued or escaped, but the estimates of the dead range from 19 to at least 27, plus 2 attackers. And the State Department said 1 American was among those killed. The attack on the Radisson Blu brought security forces on the run early this morning. Mali's defense ministry said extremists armed with guns and grenades stormed the luxury hotel in Bamako just as guests were beginning their day.
At this moment, this morning around 7:30, individuals not yet identified, about 3 or 4 we believe so far, attacked the Radisson Blu hotel. Sadly, there are deaths. People must remain calm.
By some accounts, the attackers carjacked a diplomatic vehicle, drove up to the hotel, and stormed inside. Witnesses said they shouted Islamist slogans and went room by room, asking guests if they could recite verses of the Koran. Those who could were let go. Early on, the owner of the hotel said the assailants locked in as many as 140 guests and 30 employees. Hours later, Malian special forces stormed the hotel themselves, freeing hostages 1 floor at a time.
The soldiers were very professional. They took good care of us. They came to us, they knocked, they said, "It's the security forces," and then I looked. It was them. I left the room. They cleared the whole floor.
I heard gunshots very early in the morning. I thought it was firecrackers and didn't realize it was a hostage situation. At one point, the Malian forces came to get us. They knocked on our doors and evacuated us in small groups. Thank God we're safe.
At least 6 Americans were evacuated during the operation, with U.S. and French special forces assisting the Malians. A jihadist group previously affiliated with al-Qaeda, al-Murabitoun, claimed responsibility for the attack. In Paris, French President François Hollande vowed to help the former French colony.
Terrorists entered a hotel in Bamako and have taken hostages. Once again, terrorists want to make their barbaric presence felt everywhere, where they can kill, where they can massacre. So we should once again show our solidarity with our ally Mali.
Back in Mali, officials announced this evening that the siege of the Radisson Blu had finally ended. For more on the attack in Mali, we turn to retired Lieutenant Colonel Rudolph Atallah. He served as Africa Counterterrorism Director at the Defense Department. He's currently a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council, a nonprofit think tank. He's also Chief Executive Officer of a security consulting firm. Rudolph Atallah, welcome to the program. So based on what you've learned so far, who do you think was behind this?
Well, it's still unclear. It's going to take time to really reveal that, but some news agencies are claiming that's al-Murabitoun. Al-Murabitoun was headed by Mukhtar al-Mukhtar, an individual that was targeted by U.S. operations back in June, presumably killed, but certain contacts say that he is still alive. Nobody really knows for sure.
And who is this group? What's connected to al-Qaeda?
This group is an offshoot of AQIM, al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb. And Mukhtar al-Mukhtar has been trying very hard to link himself directly to al-Qaeda Central and break away from al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb and try to run things himself. In August, the Shura Council made him the emir of the group. And then
Shura Council being
for the Murabitoun, and then shortly after, a couple days later, the group rebranded itself to Qa'idat al-Jihad. Instead of AQ in West Africa, they call themselves the Qaeda of Jihad.
Now, why would he be trying to get closer to al-Qaeda Central?
Because he believes that al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb hasn't been doing a very good job in going after key targets. This is the man that was responsible for the attack in Algeria in January 2013 on the gas plants, in which we saw 699 people released and 37 Western hostages killed. And this attack looks eerily similar in a way where they come in and ask people to recite the Shahada, and if they can recite it, then they let them go.
Meaning part of the Koran.
Correct.
What's the motivation here? What does this group want?
Well, in one part, this group initially was trying to bring people to themselves because they were fearful that many of these young jihadis would branch away and go to ISIS or Daesh. So they made a push for that, and also want to show themselves capable of reinstating what Mali lost in the north. Remember that northern Mali was under Islamist rule until the French intervened in January of 2013. So they're looking for that state.
Just quickly, Rudolph Atallah, a competition with ISIS going on here?
Well, that's, is yet to be determined. Of course, both groups are, opposite of each other in terms of, well, in part, some of the ideology is different, but their motivation is what they want is similar, essentially having that caliphate. But there may be some competition happening there, but it's yet to be determined.
Well, they certainly have gotten our attention in a very bad way today. Rudolph Atallah of the Atlantic Council, we thank you.
Thank you.